When I first started work, I was just a slip of a lad, 17, barely knew which end of a spanner to hold. I'd done a bit of college, thought I might fancy chemistry, probably because I liked the look of those white coats. Made me feel proper scientific, that did. So I applied for a couple of jobs. One was as a chemist in a sewerage works. The bloke interviewing me said, "Stick with us, son, and one day you could have a sewerage works of your very own." What an ambition, eh? I could hardly contain me excitement at the thought of owning me own sewage. Anyway, I took the other job, colour matching in a plastics factory. Sounded posh, didn't it? In reality, it was just me, a pot of gloopy PVC, and a nose full of burning plastic fumes. After a year of that, I thought, there's got to be more to life than sniffing melted vinyl. Then one day, this service engineer turns up. Bloke strolls in like James Bond with a toolbox. He'd come hundreds of miles by taxi just to fix one of our machines. And I thought, now that's the life for me. Travel, adventure, and someone else paying the fare. So I packed in the plastics and joined a computer firm, back when computers were the size of wardrobes. They had something called drum storage, proper whirring monsters they were. I started as a trainee, worked my way up to full engineer, and that was the start of 40 odd years in the world of tech. Mind you, these days you can fit more power in a blinking watch than those old beasts had in a room. And don't even get me started on Wi-Fi. A life with computers? Well, I can't say I didn't enjoy it, because I did. Plenty of adventures along the way, mind you. Once I got started, I soon discovered I had a knack for sniffing out faults. Bit like a bloodhound for broken circuits. Didn't take long before I was hurtling along, learning new systems, tinkering with even newer machines. We moved on from those great whirring drums of storage to all sorts of contraptions. Punch tape, punch cards, and those old cassette tapes, just like the ones you had your music on. Then came the day I met my first floppy disk. I remember holding it up like a rare treasure, thinking, blimey, this thing holds more than a filing cabinet, and it bends. Didn't stay floppy for long though. The tech world moved faster than a kettle on full boil. Before long, we were chasing after the first PCs. Our customers changed too. No more big accountancy offices full of paper and panic. Now it was ordinary people owning their own computers at home. That was something, that. The start of everyone thinking they were Bill Gates. And then came the big one. We got bought out by a German motor company. Said they wanted to diversify into office products. Next thing I knew, I was travelling around Europe with a suitcase full of circuit boards. I tell you, it was more Bremen and Bites than beer and bratwurst. One day I got roped into a project logging IT equipment for a big UK retailer, and that turned into installing and servicing all their shop tech. And from there, well, I never looked back. Stayed with them right up until I finally retired. Looking back, it wasn't just a job, it was a journey, from punch cards to pocket computers. And if you told me back then that one day I'd be talking to a machine that talks back to me, I'd have said you'd inhaled too many plastic fumes. Now, it wasn't all computers, you know. Along the way I followed other interests. Photography was one that stuck with me. Back in the day it was film cameras. You took your picture, developed the film, then printed it on photographic paper. What a palaver! Tried a bit of cine photography too, proper reel-to-reel stuff. But the trouble was, from taking the picture to actually seeing the thing could take days, sometimes weeks. What a faff that was. Then one day, on a trip to Spain, I saw this digital camera in the duty-free shop at the airport. I thought, this I've got to have. That was it, the start of my lifelong love affair with digital cameras. I still enjoy them to this day. Instant results, no chemicals, no darkroom, and no waiting for the photo bloke to lose your negatives. But that wasn't my only passion. When I was still a teenager, I got roped into helping backstage for a local amateur drama group. Pantomimes mostly. Hard work, mind you, lugging scenery, sorting props, but I loved every minute. I gave it up when I got married and had a family, but the roar of the crowd and the smell of the grease paint, or maybe it was the other way round, it never left me. Eventually the old group asked me back, but this time as a performer. Played all sorts of parts, silly ones, serious ones, and yes, even the dame. Big wigs, false eyelashes, and enough makeup to terrify small children. Later joined another group that did proper plays too. One of the ladies I acted with once said, "You know, during your time here, you've been my brother, my lover, my father, and even my mother." Not bad for a bloke who started out mending computers. Haven't trod the boards for many years now, but I do miss it. Mind you, it crept back in another way. I spent a good few years as Father Christmas in a local attraction. Loved every minute of it. The sparkle in the kids' eyes, the questions, the giggles. But last year I finally hung up the beard for good. So there you have it, a bit of my life story, a mix of cables, cameras, costumes and Christmas cheer. Plenty more tales I could tell, but that'll do for now. If you've ever taken a strange career turn or ended up somewhere unexpected, tell me in the comments. Make me feel normal for once. And don't forget to subscribe or I'll send the elves round to reset your Wi-Fi.